My wife got brainwashed by her best friend into thinking that I was cheating on her for enjoying 1 hour of alone time a week, and now I have to save my marriage because I turned my location off just so she wouldn't surprise me during my alone time. I, 41M, have been with my wife, 37F, for 6 years. We have a 3-year-old daughter. My wife decided to be a SOM after our baby was born and didn't go back to work after her maternity leave ended. We live in Canada. We divide the housework and childcare equally. I watch the baby 2 nights a week so she can go to the gym for a little mental health break. I asked her if I can have 1 night a week quiet time. She asked, "What is that?" I said, "Just pretend I'm not here. I'll be in our room reading or listening to music for 1 hour only." She agreed. Every single time she came to our room either to talk or tell me that she was bored. When I reminded her about our deal, she got upset and said I was making excuses to avoid spending time with her. Another time, I told her then I would be going to the local coffee shop to read in just 1 hour of quiet time. My wife decided to do a surprise visit there. She said baby wanted to surprise her daddy. I smiled and said I just wanted a little quiet time. She sat down and talked so loud I had to say let's just go home. This time I decided to go to the public library. My wife asked where I was going. I told her I hadn't decided yet, but as per our deal it's my night. She got upset because I was refusing to share where I was going. That 1 hour quiet time was heavenly. No one called my name and I came back home so happy. When I came home my wife was furious. She said she wanted to check my phone, then asked if I was seeing or talking to anyone. I laughed. I said I was at the library. You can ask the librarians if they saw me. She has been really cold to me and says I should have shared my location since she does. Well, I know she goes to the gym. Was I a jerk for refusing to share where I was? I decided to stay longer at work in the future and take advantage of the quiet office since my wife now knows about the library. Commenter: your wife needs to be willing to give you 1 hour of free time. I don't blame you for approaching the situation the way you are, but it sounds like you need to sit down with her to work this out instead of not sharing information. Commenter 2: I'd give her a taste of her own medicine. Start showing up at the gym to surprise her with baby and keep her from working out and embarrassing her just as she kept him from reading. Anytime he sees her relaxing or watching a show, proceed to the same as she does. Too often selfish people don't realize how selfish and conniving they're acting until they're dealt the same treatment. Update 1. I got so many DM asking if I talked to her and why I needed alone time. Because it really makes a difference in my mental health status. I really don't know what to do. She is now fully convinced I'm having an affair. In her conspiracy plot I need alone time because I resent her and I was alone with some AP that night. She refuses to even have a calm conversation with me. I told her I can have my quiet time at home if it puts her mind at ease, only if she promises not to interrupt me. She made a snarky comment that what would my AP thinks. I just stopped trying to convince her. Things have been rocky. I have no plan of taking my quiet time anymore, at least until things get better. P's. Example of how she interrupts my alone time at home. One time I was lying in bed watching the rerun of an old sitcom on our bedroom TV. Just to decompress. She opened the door asking what I was watching. I said Seinfeld. Then she sat down and kept saying how boring and overrated the show was. Then went on saying how Jerry Seinfeld is a gross man. Then she said this show is not even funny. Then on and on. I told her I wasn't watching the show for educational purposes. She said I could be watching a decent show together now, but you chose to watch this crap. I said we do that every night after we put the baby to bed. She said then why wasting your time watching this? I just turned off TV, I was done. Commenter: she sounds exhausting to be honest. Was she like this before the kid was born? Sounds like she misses being free to choose her time and day plans and resents that 1 hour you have to yourself. No, but she was working full time back then. I used to go to my running club and she would go to the gym. I gave up on that since I'm trying to cut expenses. Now we are one income family. In return I asked for quiet time. Update 2. My life has been a living hell. I checked her phone. There was nothing suspicious. She had a long conversation with her best friend about how she knows I'm cheating and that's why I'm avoiding her and want alone time. She said she was frustrated because she couldn't prove it, but she just knew. Her best friend told her to trust her heart. I tried multiple times to sit her down and talk to her, but it ended up her yelling at me and she is being more upset. She is very cold to me and avoids any conversations with me. Mentally, I'm a mess. I wanted to go for a long walk yesterday. I told her where I was going. She rolled her eyes and said more alone times ? Or mistress misses you? I decided not to go. I really don't know how to prove myself. I gave up on any alone time. She doesn't even talk to me, so date nights are gone too. I ruined my marriage over one quiet alone reading time at the library. Added later, she doesn't go to the gym anymore. I asked her why? She said, why do you care? You were planning to bring your mistress home when I'm not home? Update 3. I tried to make Mother's Day special for her. I made a handprint homemade card with our kid for her. We, Our kid and I, but technically from our kid, made special breakfast for her. She said thanks to our kid and hugged her, but things were the same between us. I was planning to barbecue for dinner. I realized I needed to replace the propane tank. I told her I was going to buy one. I was stupid enough to stop by at the local French bakery to buy special dessert for Mother's Day. There was a lineup, but I thought it worth it since they have her favorite dessert and it would be a nice surprise for her. When I came home, my wife lost it. She started screaming that I was out with my mistress, that's why it took so long. I showed her the dessert, she grabbed it from my hand and threw it in the trash, said it's a cover for my affair. I told her how on earth I could possibly have met my hypothetical mistress and bought this in less than an hour. She told me she was done. She grabbed our kid and left. She has been staying at her parents'. I tried contacting her, but she doesn't reply. I guess the next step is talking to an attorney about shared custody. Commenter: nope. She's been checked out because she believed all the stuff her friend was spewing. Lawyer up ASAP. Document all her crazy behaviors. All the incidents. Any emails and texts exchanged. And try to see if you can get an emergency court order for your kid because your wife sounds seriously unstable right now. If it would help, talk to her parents. Let them know what's going on because this isn't normal. She's unhinged. Update 4. I spoke with an attorney like I mentioned before. For now, things are moving towards setting up a custody arrangement, and I'll also have to pay alimony and child support since she has no source of income. She is staying at our place, but she does let me visit our kid, which I'm thankful for. She still says I broke the family by being selfish and not fighting for it. I feel guilty because I wish I could be with my kid all the time. Questioning myself that maybe I was selfish? It's heartbreaking, but it seems like my wife has made up her mind. I've also started individual therapy, because I realized I can't control her suspicions or rebuild trust by myself if she isn't willing. What I can control is how I show up for my kid and how I handle this whole situation. For the record, I never cheated on her, and no, I'm not seeing anyone now. I honestly have no idea what's going on with her at this point. I'm not sure if she is seeing anyone, but that's none of my business anyways. My focus is entirely on my kid and making sure she feels loved and supported. Commenter: your wife, ex-wife, has serious mental issues she needs to deal with. It's a shame that you couldn't give her the help she needed. I hope one day she realizes how badly she messed up. If she doesn't get professional help and get a grip, she will never have a lasting relationship with anyone. No one will ever put up with that kind of stupid bull's tea. No one should ever have to deal with unfounded accusations. Does she really not understand you just wanted 1 hour to yourself since she gets alone time? She should, she agreed. This is 100% her fault. It's really pathetic she couldn't handle not bothering you for 1 hour. If she could have followed thought with what she agreed to, none of that would have happened. You sure she wasn't screwing someone during her alone time? Commenter 2. My husband, a divorce attorney, has a statement that I refer to often. It takes 2 people to get married, but only 1 to get a divorce. It applies here. Your wife decided to get divorced, and nothing you can do can change her mind. Moving forward, focusing on your child, and working on yourself in therapy is what you do now. And if you have a pastor, rabbi, etc., I recommend you visit with that person, too, to help your spirit find comfort as you rebuild your life, as well. I'm sorry your wife turned out to be this way, but you gained a beautiful child and some life experience. Go forward with that.